So if you're trying to do any kind of diet of restricting calories and exercising more, totally wrong way to lose weight. I know that's what we've been told for at least 20 years or more, but unfortunately it's a big myth. Now, I'm going to tell you some of the things that will keep you from losing weight, okay? So if any of these things are going on, then almost no matter what your diet is, your body's going to stay in fat storing mode. So you have to communicate to your body that it's okay to go into that mode to release the fat. So here's a few things. So you won't lose weight if, now this is a tough one, Hey everybody, Jody Belling here with Fam Centric, and we're going to talk about weight loss today. Now, I was going to hold this topic until January because that's usually when everybody wants to, get serious about losing weight and whatnot, but I've actually got a few people who are desperate to find out more information now. And actually, to be honest, I think it's probably a good idea because at the very least you plant seeds in your mind, in your thoughts, so that you can be chewing on them and thinking about them. So when January does come, you're like ready to take action, because it does take us some time to kind of wrap our minds around exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to tackle these things. So I'm here to help you get some of the myths out of the way, to create some good information so you can take some serious action steps when it comes to January. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that you can't enjoy your Christmas. By all means, enjoy your family. And that's part of the message that I have today, is that you need to really feel like whatever actions you take are something that can be a lifestyle for you. It's not going to be something where you restrict your lifestyle so much that you feel like deprived from enjoying life. So in that sense, you need to do something where you feel like you can do this, and you can do this long term. Because if you don't feel like you can do this long term, then it's not going to be successful for you. Anybody can do any diet for 2 weeks, and then it comes time after that things start falling away. And it's those kind of diets that are called yo-yo diets, where you restrict and then you let go, and then you restrict and then you let go, and those are the worst possible diets for you. The body has such a hard time with that because it doesn't know what to expect. And so it's always on guard, not knowing when you're going to eat, what you're going to eat, and what's going to happen. So before I jump into all these tips about weight loss, since this is my very first Facebook Live, and not my first Facebook Live, I've actually done quite a few Facebook Lives. So if you go over to my Facebook page, you can see some of the Facebook Lives that I've done. I have not been doing them as much lately, but this is the reason why I wanted to share with you and just kind of be open and transparent about what's going on. I'm a mom of 2 kids, and I really believe in living and being the message that I share. So I have great visions of offering you guys amazing videos that are fun and entertaining and engaging and still have a great message. But it's a lot of work, and I actually have made all the videos, but they require editing in order to get them up properly, and I just don't have the time right now or the skills yet to be able to quickly and easily get the editing done and get them up for you. So have grace with me, please. Have mercy. I decided that the content that you all are waiting for is way more important than the fancy videos. And it's way more important than my vanity of putting on makeup. And it's bigger than me. It's bigger than even the vision that I have for all the wonderful videos that I have for you. The content could change lives, and lives are waiting to be changed. So I decided that I need to just put all that aside and I need to just get the content out. Even if I'm just a talking head here, I hope for a while you accept that and it still blesses you with what I have to share. I have shared like this a lot on Facebook. For a time I was actually doing it every day and doing it very often. My Facebook page is called Fam Centric. You can go on there. But my Facebook group that's a little more intimate, it's a private group, I share health tips there, is called Health Centric, all one word. So if you want to join any of those, feel free. But I really wanted to get on YouTube because a lot of people are not on Facebook, and I respect that and I understand that. And I wanted to get to a place where everyone could access me. And not just me, but the information that I have to share, because it has been life-changing for myself and my family to understand exactly how the body works, to really get a hold of all these pieces of information, because having a healthy life is hard. Why is it hard? Because there's a myriad of different opinions out there. If you go online, it's very overwhelming. This person says to do this, this person says to do this. Oftentimes they can seem like completely opposite things to do, and so oftentimes we end up, following this and then falling away, and then following this and then that doesn't work for us, and then following this, and then we end up giving up because we just go, oh, I've tried everything and it doesn't work for me. So I wanted to be here to kind of give you the 30,000 foot view. I've completed a certificate for being an essential oil specialist, and I help people, help coach them in their health. I'm not a certified health coach, but I've learned a lot, and at the very least, I feel like I can at least offer people resources that will get them in the right direction. So I am excited to share these things with you, and to share them with you free, on a free level, to share with you the information. Now, just to be completely transparent, I want you to understand where I am, who I am, and where I'm coming from. Any of the links that I share, if they are something that we use on a daily basis, we love and support, then we share them. I don't share links that I don't believe in. So just know that if I share any links in the bio in YouTube or in any other videos, they're always of products that we love, support, or believe in. And in addition to that, when we can be an affiliate for a product that we love and believe in, we are. And that way it helps support our family, and it helps pay for some of this time, because as you know, if you're a mom, it is hard to even get an hour to yourself, let alone the kind of time and effort that has been required to create content, create videos, edit them, upload them, do all the background stuff that's never seen in these videos. And so this helps support our family, and helps get us going in the right track, and helps kind of encourage me as well to keep moving forward, as I am able to see that people's lives are changed, and that there's really a big difference happening for the people who hear this content and are experiencing change. I've already had quite a few people, and hopefully maybe I'll be able to do some little interviews with them, or at least get in writing some great testimonials of some of the things going on. My sister-in-law has already lost 19 pounds in the last 2 months, so she's very excited, and a lot of things have been happening with a lot of the people I've been working with. I've lost 40 pounds this year. My husband has lost 30 pounds this year, and for me, weight loss was never the intention. As a matter of fact, at the time, I was pretty comfortable with my weight. I just thought that's the way I was built. I had no idea that my body could be this size. I had no idea. I'm wearing a size 4 pants. I have never in my life worn a size 4 pants. I'm not kidding you. In 6th grade, I wore a size 7. So it just kind of blows my mind, as I have incorporated all these different details in my life, how my body has just taken shape. And it literally, the weight just melted off for me. Now, obviously, as anybody online is going to tell you. I can't guarantee the exact same results for you. Every person's different. Every person's situation is different. Every person's level of commitment is different. So I will share with you what has worked for us, and not just in our own experience, but also in all the things that I've learned. I mean, I have spent hours and hours and hours taking in health information, doing research online, trying to find ways to create a healthier life for not only myself, but my family and my children, to change the statistics, because the statistics are getting horrible. 1 in 2 is going to have cancer in the next few years. Like, the statistics are that intense. Diabetes is shooting through the roof with our children. And the worst statistics that actually pushed me to get online and start sharing this information is that our generation, my children, your children, are not going to outlive their parents. And that is a devastating statistic. So I hope you hang in there with me, and I hope you're able to subscribe to this channel, to hit the notification bell, and listen to the glean from me the efforts that I've had to take in this information, and to not just follow one person, but to kind of get a broad spectrum view of all the different things that you can do to tackle your health and get your health in order, and then get your children's health in order. So hang in there with me, okay? So we're gonna get started here. I'm still new to this, so I'm still trying to figure out if this is actually live or if it's just recording. So if it is live, I don't see any like questions on there, like when people come on. So anyway, we'll try it out. The first time you do anything, it's always a little nerve-wracking because you never know if you're doing it right. Once you do it a few times, it all starts falling together. So one of the things I'm working on is trying to get some ladies to get together so that I can record this live with real people. It does seem to make a difference when I'm talking to real people, because it's, even though I know you're out there and I know you're listening to me, when you're talking to a phone or a camera or whatever, it's always so much harder to just get the information across. And it doesn't flow as easily. When I'm standing talking to somebody, I just know what to say. It comes naturally is all I'm trying to say. So bear with me as I'm talking to you virtually. It's a little different. So I took a few notes because I want to be sure that I kind of cover a lot of the different highlights. So this is the thing. This time, I'm going to give you some of the main points to the different things that will make a difference for you in losing weight. And then as we do these videos, I'm going to go into depth more on each of these points. One of my biggest challenges is keeping things short and pithy, and I really struggle with that, because I also feel like in this day and age, we want things super short, super concise, you know, a Twitter comment, but then how deep do we get with, 140 characters? It's hard to get into the depth of full understanding if we're just sweeping the surface with a really quick comment. So I will do my very best to keep things short, because I also respect your time, and I completely understand as a mom that your time is valuable, and I do not want to waste an ounce of that time. So I will try to keep it to the point and keep it concise, but I also need your feedback. So let me know if you'd rather have some longer, more in-depth videos, or if you'd rather break it up and have really short videos, but that cover one topic at a time. So it'll be, like if we talk about sugar addiction, we're just going to talk about that, and we're just going to keep it short as quick as possible. And then we'll have to string all of those videos together to make the big picture of weight loss. So let me know what you think, and we'll see if we can move forward in that direction. So here are a few of the different aspects that affect your weight. Now, I'm going to tell you some of the things that will keep you from losing weight, okay? So if any of these things are going on, then almost no matter what your diet is, your body's going to stay in fat storing mode, So you have to communicate to your body that it's okay to release those, to go into that mode to release the fat. So here's a few things. So you won't lose weight if, now this is a tough one, you're stressed. Now, what mom isn't stressed, right? And who's not stressed? Mom, dad, everybody these days is very stressed. And that is actually a huge problem for our health, because when we're stressed, our brain goes into panic mode. It goes into survival mode. And so it shuts down a lot of our functioning, including digestion. The communication is, you're not safe, you need to run from the tiger, and you need to keep running until you're safe. But unfortunately, we live in this chronically stressful life, so it becomes a problem. So we can go into more depth with that, but if you're under a lot of stress every single day, your body is likely not going to let go of fat. So number 2, if you've been exposed to a lot of toxins, so if you're cleaning your house with a lot of chemicals, not using natural cleaners, we'd like to use essential oils for a lot of our cleaning tasks. We also use Norwex cloths. Those are great because those just use water and the cloth cleans things up. So, or if you work in a job where you're exposed to a lot of a toxic environment, if you work in like an automotive setting, it's super toxic, and I mean you can smell it as soon as you walk through if you walk into an automotive store, your body is like, oh, let me out of here. And the more pure your body is, the more of a big reaction. The more toxic your body is, it kind of numbs you to those things. So you end up being like, what? I don't smell anything. But then you can't really smell good things as much either. So the more toxins you have in your body, toxins are stored in fat cells. So the more your body feels like it needs to protect you from those toxins, the more it's going to hold on to those fat cells and not release them. All right. If you are nutrient depleted, now this is a number 1 reason why you will not lose weight, and I really believe this is why the American population is exploding in their weight. I will have to do an entire video on this because there's just a lot of information out there on nutrient depletion. But if your body, bottom line, if your body does not have everything it needs to run its metabolism, to function its hormones properly, to do all of the functioning that this amazing beyond machine does every single day, if it doesn't have everything it needs, it's not going to function properly. So this is what my sister-in-law has experienced. She started taking some major nutrients, a product that we absolutely love and use all the time called Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0, and she has lost 19 pounds in 2 months, primarily just from that. Now, she's changing her diet, but mostly because she's been on these nutrients. The nutrients make your body function better, and it ceased the sugar cravings, so then she wasn't craving all these bread items and all these sweet treats and all these different things, so then she's stopped eating those things. But she hasn't made a huge shift in her diet. She's just taking in the nutrients, and the nutrients have helped her make better choices in her diet. So if you're trying to do any kind of diet of restricting calories and exercising more, totally wrong way to lose weight. I know that's what we've been told for at least 20 years or more, but unfortunately it's a big myth, and everybody can see it, because yes, you may lose a little weight when you're exercising a lot and reducing your calories, but again, when I do the video on nutrient depletion, you're going to see why that is actually a destruction. Like, it's actually worse because you're breaking down your body in a very, very unhealthy way. So please stay tuned. If you really want to hear the nutrient depletion talk, if we want to do that next, then give me a comment below and make sure you say, please, 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 I want to hear that one. Or as we cover these different topics, tell me which one is the one you want to hear next. That way I know how to order these to meet your needs, because it's really not about me and what I'm sharing. What I'm sharing is to empower you. So let me know in the comments which things you want to hear next, so I know exactly how to utilize my time best to meet your needs. So I can't wait to hear your comments and let me know what to do. The next one is, let's see, if you're eating processed foods. Now this is a tough one because the American diet is just packed full of processed foods. We've just gotten so used to the convenience, but the reality is a lot of the things that they do in packaged foods, the body doesn't even recognize as food. And it's putting chemicals in there, it's putting synthetic things that the body literally cannot recognize as food. And so it becomes literally a toxin going into your body. So it's just like if you were eating rat poison. Like, it's pretty much the same. It's just a slower death because we don't see the immediate reaction. Your body's not suddenly throwing it all up. That would actually be better because then you'd know, oh, that was bad for me. I'm never eating that again because I had this sudden reaction. Instead, we do this slow toxic death where we build up these toxins in our body. We make our body work extra hard to break things down, to try to figure out what to do with these unknown molecules. And it ends up being a much harder process, so the body's working a lot harder. So in that, also a little note on that is a lot of companies take the enzymes out of the food. So naturally occurring enzymes that would be in the food, they extract the enzymes because the enzymes are what break down our food. But that also means that those enzymes would break down that food before it got to you. So it would go moldy, it would, it would not be edible by the time you purchased it because there's this lag time between creating a product and eating a product. And so they want that lag time to be longer so that you don't feel like, I just bought that and it just went bad, right? Don't we all feel that way? And yet we're defeating ourselves with those arguments because then they'll take out the enzymes, and then when we go to eat it, we don't have the enzymes to help break it down. So then we're putting food in our body that God's handiwork to help us break it down has been removed, and so then it makes it even harder for our bodies to break down. So there's lots of reasons. And just an FYI, I was on the autoimmune diet for a while for my arthritis. I have rheumatoid arthritis, and I don't know if you can see it in my hands. There's one. Anyway, I've been working on that, and I was really surprised how hard it is to be on the autoimmune diet, because the autoimmune diet is basically vegetables and meat. So organic vegetables and super clean meat, and that's about it. And you remove all processed food, anything that comes in a bag, and you just stick to what God has made. And I thought, well, that's not too bad. That sounds like a great diet. And when I went to live it out, it was so hard. I had no idea how many things that I was addicted to eating every single day that's in a bag. And so I began to realize how challenging that is. So I totally get it, and especially as a busy mom, I totally get how hard that is, how difficult it is to constantly be making fresh food and not have any food go bad and always be eating, top quality food. I totally get it. But I've also noticed in my own diet how it's affected my body. So sometimes it's worth taking the extra step to make something extra hard just for a while, to kind of reset your body, to reacclimate it, and then add in more things that are going to make it a more long-term lifestyle that you can uphold. But it was a great lesson for me to have to pull back that tight to realize what I was actually doing in my life and how integrated it really was. So the next thing is, we kind of talked about the toxins being stored in fat. So until your body feels like it's safe to release the toxins, that you're ready to flush those toxins out, it's going to continue to store toxins in your fat. So if you are still in an environment where you're continually using so oftentimes cosmetics, a lot of personal care items, shampoos, lotions, makeup, all these things have a lot of toxic chemicals in them. And it may not seem like a big deal, and the FDA may say, well, that's, you know, minute levels, but nobody is watching the big picture. So one company will come to them and say, my shampoo has, you know, 0.1 toxins, and the FDA will say, okay, well, 0.1 is fine, it's not going to hurt anybody. But nobody's looking at, okay, 0.1 in the shampoo, 0.1 in the conditioner, 0.1 in the lotion you put on after, 0.1 in the body wash, 0.1 in the makeup you put on your face, 0.1 in, you know, just unending products, hair products, you know, mousse, whatever we're using, hairspray, all these different things. You start adding all those things up, and all of a sudden you realize that you're like at like 10 toxin level, and nobody's looking at the big picture. And then that's just with the personal care products you may be using. That doesn't include what's in your food, and that doesn't address genetically modified food, and that doesn't address you know, your car exhaust and plastics and so many other toxins that are in our environment that are bombarding our body every single day. So something to consider. So consider those things. We'll talk about toxins in another video. Again, let me know which ones you want to know first. So here we go. Here's another one. Eating excess sugar. Now this is a big one, and this is one that, oh, sorry, we're bouncing around. This is one that unfortunately the American population has just been lulled into, and we find ourselves consuming way more sugar than we need to. Now most Americans know this. Most Americans know, you know, okay, donuts are bad for me, you know, I shouldn't be eating the, you know, sugar sprinkled cookies, and maybe I shouldn't be having some ice cream. We all kind of know that, but when you really know the facts and you really assess everything in your diet and you look at every label, it is unbelievable how much sugar we're consuming in things we had no idea had sugar. So when I really started investigating, it turns out that we're only supposed to have 30 grams of sugar a day. Okay, let that soak in. 30 grams of sugar a day. Now, write that number down, because this could be transforming for your life. I am not kidding you. When you realize how much sugar we're actually having, especially our children, it is no wonder the diabetes rates in children are shooting through the roof. It's just unbelievable. So, one soda is over 30 grams of sugar. A glass of juice is over 30 grams of sugar. Just the other day I was talking to a mom, and we were talking about yogurt. She pulled the yogurt out of the fridge and she said it had 36 grams of sugar in one yogurt. How many of you are feeding your children yogurt? One yogurt, and they've already reached the maximum of what we should be having in sugar, and that's like an adult level. It is crazy how much sugar we're having in things that we don't even think of. There's sugar in chips that are savory that we don't even think of having sugar. And then on top of that, obviously, fruits have good sugar in them, and it's a good thing, but too much fruit is not a good thing. It's still sugar. So if you are consuming high levels of sugar, then even honey, fruit, and those kind of things can be overwhelming for the system. So you want to be considering all those things so that you can eliminate the sugars that are not so healthy, and then you can build on the sugars that are healthy. So if you want to have a spoonful of honey in your smoothie or in whatever you're doing, that's fine if you're not doing all the other sugars. If you want to have a couple of fruits, 2, 3, 4 fruits a day, that's fine. Make sure you're also eating vegetables. And how do you get vegetables in your kids? There's 101 ideas. Now, some people really believe in the fact that you have to make sure they see it, they eat it. And then there's great books out there on how to mix vegetables into muffins, into, you know, all kinds of other ways that you can get them in. So, and then there's, you know, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine has a whole variety of superfruits and vegetable blends that they get it in their one vitamin mix, and it tastes delicious like tangy tangerine. So there's a lot of different ways to get those vegetables into your kids' diet, but just remember we tend to lean heavy on the fruits, and the fruits have more sugar. So we need to have a balance, and we need to be very aware of the sugar intake that we're having, because insulin is a stress hormone. So if we think that we're under stress, we're creating major stress, internal stress, when we're eating lots of sugar. Now here's the challenge, and this is what we all get in this trap. Our bodies are constantly seeking out to create balance. So if we have emotional struggles that make us feel depressed, our body knows that sugar will spike the happy feelings, the good feelings. So we'll crave sugar in order to boost those happy feelings and get us feeling better. But it's a temporary, short-term answer. And then we have a big crash, and then it creates stress internally because we're constantly doing this roller coaster where we're up and we're down, we're up and we're down, and it actually makes the depression worse. So you need to be very careful. Be aware that your body is telling you, I need to change something, I need a shift. If you're craving sugar because you're feeling down, you might be able to have something sweet, a little something sweet to boost you, but just be aware of why that's happening and how you can shift it on a root level. So instead of just dealing with the symptom of feeling low, so you want to feel higher, deal with the root. Go in and really start assessing your heart. Pray, ask God to help you work these things out, because He talks specifically about standing in faith and the difference that makes, renewing your mind. When you start believing that you're safe with Him, that He's got you, that He can help you, that you have somebody there to guide you and lead you, it creates this sense within your being that you are solid, that you're secure, that you're safe, that you are wise and you know how to proceed and move forward, instead of feeling this out of control, my world is crashing down on me and I have no control over my life and I feel hopeless because I don't know how to make my way through it, and it just creates this swirl of chaos, and it makes us dive deeper and deeper and deeper into this depression and feeling discouraged. So the more you can surround yourself with people who will lift you up, who will encourage you, who will give you wisdom to guide you on your path, the better you will be, and the more safe and secure and calm and at peace you feel, the more your body will be ready to let go of fat. And I'm not kidding you, it makes a huge difference. It can shift your hormones, it can shift your emotional state, it can shift your physical body. There's a lot of things that it can shift. Emotions are the root of so many different things, and we have to deal with them in order to be healthy. Healthy is a term that needs to be used on every level of our being. So I hope that encourages you today. Now that's just kind of the top of the list, I didn't even talk about a few things about eating excess sugar, but like I said, I'm gonna have to do individual videos on each one of these things. I'm gonna try to keep them shorter because I know everybody's busy. So let me know in the comments which ones you'd like to see first, which ones you'd like to address first, and then we'll start addressing the different ways that you can change your life to start losing fat. And not just that, because that's, again, it's a symptom. We need to take our minds off of that old mentality, that old medical mentality, that we need to address the symptoms, and we need to dig way deeper and figure out what the root cause of what's going on is, and we need to uproot the core of what's happening, and we need to deal with that. And when you deal with that, you find all the other pieces fall together. It's amazing. So I have some great testimonials to share with you of my own life and my own story, of other people who are experiencing great breakthroughs. So please stay tuned, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you know when the videos are being broadcast live, and then I can answer your questions as I'm live. I'm going to try to do a live video every single week, and that way we can at least touch base and keep moving forward every week. And as I gain my skills, I will be excited to share with you some of the great videos that I have in store for you that are going to be fun, entertaining, and educational, all in the same, all at once. So I'm really excited about that. I'm so happy that you are here, that you're following, that you're empowering yourself with knowledge to change your life and upgrade your health and make sure that you're living the life that you are meant to live and being the person that you are meant to be on every level, physically, mentally, spiritually, being driven with that excitement that you're doing and being everything that you are meant to be. So I am calling all you out there my magical mommies, and I'm so grateful for you magical mommies out there because you're making a huge difference. You're making a huge difference with other moms, and you're making a huge difference with your children. Value that. Value that. It's a huge thing to be making an impact on the next generation, raising them up and teaching them with your own living example of how to get a handle on your life, make changes, and dedicate your life and your body to being a temple of God, to being everything that it was meant to be, to being healthy, to being strong, so that you can be there, that you can play actively, that you can engage with your children at a level that you know you want to do and you know you're capable of, but you've been held back by your own physiological, mental, spiritual burdens. And we're here to help you free yourself of those burdens, to let God lift those burdens off your shoulder and help you walk through this journey together. That's what we were meant to do, to walk this journey together. So thank you, magical mommies, for following here, for joining me here, for creating a community. And we can engage more on the Facebook group. If you're on Facebook, called Health Centric, you can go check out the Facebook page as well. I try to post different resources there as well. And I have all these great visions of all the things I could do, and then time allows me what I end up getting done. So have patience with me, and know that my heart is so with you, and that as my time grows and my skills grow, I'll be able to offer you a lot more. But I pray and I hope that this has offered you a great benefit, and if it has, like it, share it. If you know somebody who could use this information, who wants to take charge of their life as we're entering a new year in 2018, enjoy your Christmas. Merry Christmas. Treasure the time that you have with your family, and then prolong the time that you have by taking charge of your health. So bless you in your celebration as we celebrate the amazing birth, the miraculous birth of Jesus, and enjoy the time that you have with your family in this special season. And I will see you next week, and I will continue helping you along this journey with some of these points about weight loss and gaining your health back. So seek life, live abundantly, bless richly, everyone, and Merry Christmas.
Rule number 1 is to share.